Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are a brand new subscriber or a brand new viewer. My name is Kyle. Today we're going to be talking about a film which celebrates its 20th year anniversary, and I am recording this video on the actual 20th anniversary from its release, The Ring. Naomi Watts plays an intrepid journalist who uncovers a mysterious videotape which she later finds out kills its victims within 7 days after whomever watches it. And unfortunately, she is on that list after watching said tape. I feel like everybody in some way, shape, or form knows about this movie, whether you saw it in theaters, you saw it on DVD, or even VHS, or if you just happen to see a parody, a ripoff, a spoof, because this movie has been ripped off countless times. Similar to my review of Poltergeist, I knew about The Ring for quite a long time, but I didn't see it because as a kid, I was not into horror movies or films that would scare me. I didn't really want to watch something that would terrify me, so I just stayed away from it. And I didn't see it until, I believe, about 2 years ago. And I will say this, my first experience of The Ring was genuinely really good because the movie did effectively scare me. It's one of the few movies that I can really sit here and tell you that I was scared watching this movie because I really didn't know what was going on. Of course, we're going to talk about the ending, which I was aware about, but for 90 to 95% of this movie, I didn't know anything. So this was my second viewing of The Ring, and I was very excited to rewatch it because I enjoyed it so much the first time, and I loved learning about, really what made the movie so popular outside of the thing I already knew. And what I will say is the opening scene definitely brings you into this very unique and stylized world that director Gore Verbinksi wanted to bring to the film. This is primarily thanks to the editor of this movie, Craig Wood, who would eventually go on to work with Gore Verbinksi in the Pirates of the Caribbean films and the extraordinarily underrated Rango. If you have not seen that, that is a great film. They were able to capture an atmosphere. The way the movie feels is undeniably creepy. And that's not just based on the color, but it really is because of the film's story. And I really feel like on this viewing, my biggest takeaway that I can give in this review is I definitely enjoyed revisiting the story. Now, it is not like the first time I saw the film, and my reaction to it is not as strong as my first viewing of the movie because first time I saw it, I had no idea what the story was about. But rewatching this movie, what I think really captured my attention, because I knew about all the scary moments, was figuring out this intriguing mystery. What happened to this girl that we later find out is named Samara? Now, of course, after the opening scene, which is absolutely spine-tingling, and it definitely gives you the stakes for what can happen to someone who watches the tape, the rest of the movie feels more like an investigatory thriller than just a standard horror film. And I think that's one of the things that elevates The Ring to a higher standard. It's also thanks to the great performances in this movie. I've always enjoyed Naomi Watts. I think she is a talented actress, and I definitely liked her in this movie. You can definitely feel the fear of her after she watches the tape because now she's aware that she has 7 days left. I also like Martin Henderson, who plays Noah in the film. You find out that he and Naomi Watts' character, who's named Rachel, had a relationship, and they ended up having a son named Aiden. Aiden in the film is played by a young actor named David Dorfman, who is undeniably creepy as hell throughout the entire movie. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's his bug eyes. He has such huge protruding eyes that whenever he stares at you, it's literally like he's staring into your soul. And it's great because he is a great little actor, and his interactions with Naomi Watts is great in the film. An aspect that I really appreciated about the movie is its lack of jump scares. And I feel like the scares in this movie are incredibly well earned because on your first viewing you have no idea what's going to happen. And I feel like outside of the opening scene, there really weren't any jump scares or loud sounds of music that just came in for about a second. Just didn't happen in the film. Instead, it is mainly based on the sound. A character might knock something over or kick something across the room, or there might be a scene transition where somebody's opening a book, and it's a sound that you're not expecting to hear, but you hear it anyway, and it's a character who's actually doing something with the environment. They're not just trying to scare the other person. I really have to commemorate the entire sound team for this movie because there were over 30 people who worked in the sound department for The Ring. And it's saying something because this movie, I feel, should have been Oscar nominated for its sound. On a technical level, this movie is absolutely phenomenal from the way it looks, the way it sounds, the atmosphere that's being created, and on top of that, you have an intriguing mystery that goes about it. There are a couple of things that are a bit far-fetched, but I do believe it's playing into the MK Ultra conspiracy theories of the late 60s and 70s. And I like the fact that they don't spell that out for you. You get a sense, almost like a tease. The mystery of the film is simple once you figure everything out. But how the character can do things definitely ventures into the supernatural aspect that I feel most of the time can make sense. Okay, I've had my fun, so let's talk about the ending to the film. Unfortunately, I was spoiled by it. So when I saw the film, I was just anticipating that ending, and it really is the end of the movie. I wish I was at least 10 years older so I could have experienced this in a movie theater. I can only imagine what an audience must have felt like having no idea what was going to happen at the conclusion of the film. And for sure, if you saw it in the theater, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Please let me know. I think this is such a great ending because it changes the whole viewpoint of the movie and why the characters did what they did. When Rachel goes to confront Aiden and he tells her, "You shouldn't have helped her," it's an absolutely creepy, spine-tingling moment, and it's not because of that kid's bug eyes. It's the idea that all the things they did, all the uncoverings and the disturbances, everything that happened in the movie, it's going to be their undoing because they've released her. And this leads to her coming out of the TV, which is a great effect. I think it looks absolutely terrific. At the end of the day, I enjoyed rewatching this movie because it is an entertaining film, and it does its job very well with its elaborate sound design, its look, and its atmosphere. Although watching it a second time and knowing the mystery, I didn't feel as strongly about it as the first time I saw it, and there are a couple of things that are a bit far-fetched that aren't 100% explained, but a lot of the things that aren't 100% explained do make the movie very entertaining in its own right. I'm going to give The Ring a solid B. If you did see this movie in the theater, or if you saw it on VHS and DVD without knowing the twist ending, I would love to hear your comments, so please put them in the comment section below. And in the meantime, guys, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. All the links to my social media pages can be found in the description box below, as well as my website, kjgpictures.com. The link is also in the description box below. I thank you all so much as always for watching, and stay tuned.